Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? It's me, John and Momma, with Coffee Time with John and Momma. And tonight is a beautiful night here. We've not had any rain at all today. We have not had any bad weather at all, have we, Momma?
No.
It's been great. I'm going to try to move here around, Momma. Let me move the herbs and the dishes.
Sky's not even been black, cloudy or nothing today.
There we go. Momma, can you be seen there?
Oh, I reckon. Get your face in there good.
Folks, tonight's a chit-chat night. We are not cooking.
No.
We had an outing, and Mama had a episode with her sugar. If you are diabetic, you know what we're talking about. Her sugar dropped. This happens. Could have been something she ate this morning. Could have been something. What have you eaten today, Mama?
No, it's just I ate this morning, so that's why I dropped.
You had a BLT?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's what it was or not. If you've ever dealt with diabetes, you know there is no rhyme or reason. Of course, if you eat a pound of sugar, you're going to have some problems. If you drink regular soda, you're going to have a few problems. But sometimes you can be very good and get drops. Mm-hmm. Mama had a meeting tonight, and she was all dressed up in her outfit, looking good.
Oh, thank you.
You look good tonight, Mama, in this, but she has a special outfit she wears. And we were getting ready to go out the door, and she said, "Give me some juice." That's Mama's code for, I think, my sugar's dropping. Just give me some juice. May or may not help. Are y'all there? Sorry. We left. Did we come back? I said I'll move it a minute. Maybe that'll help it. Mama said something helped it. But with sugar diabetes, you never know, do you, Mama?
No, I don't know when it's going to hit.
Do y'all ever watch the movie Still Magnolias? And the daughter who has diabetes is in there, and Dolly Parton is the character, and she's fixing her hair, and she's talking, and she's excited, and she knows. And with just a few moments, her sugar dropped, and her mama was making her drink juice, and so it's a real thing. It's serious. We try to watch it. I know a lot of times we cook things on here that are not diabetic friendly, and y'all tell us. But you have to balance between living and taking care of yourself. And just remember, folks, when you see us on here, you're seeing that moment in time, that 30, 40 minutes out of 24 hours. So a lot of times we're cooking things, and we could do some more keto-friendly things, and some, I guess Atkins is still around. I don't know. We've done all those in the past. But what we cook is what we think you all want to eat a lot of times, and the way Mama's always cooked. And
That's
you have
what I'm used to.
and you have to have things in moderation, and you have to eat things that aren't 100% good for you. But with sugar diabetes, a piece of bread can have the same effect on you as a banana.
Or a candy bar.
Or a candy bar may have the same effect on you as a peach. So it's not just about healthy eating, it's about watching. Or a potato can have the same effect on you as a candy bar, because it's the starch and it turns into sugar. It depends on what your body does with it. So that's what we deal with that. And Mama don't have a lot of problems with it. But when hers drops, it drops. And hers tends to drop at night. A lot of y'all ask about where I live, and I stay with Mama most of the time. I do have a house, and not far from here, but just really around the block. Our property adjoins right up here. But I can't go over there and go to bed and wonder, well, I hope Mama will be okay tonight. That's not something I'm willing to gamble with. I do have a separate life. People have said, John, you're always with Mama. Just this hour or this 40 minutes or whatever. We do things together, but I don't film everything I do. I have some wonderful friends.
Oh, yeah, you do.
And we do great things together, and I get out and about. We just don't film it. So that answers some of those questions. But I do stay with Mama a lot because she may go to bed and be perfectly fine. And at 4 o'clock in the morning, I hear, Johnny, I need juice.
Do I sound that pitiful at times?
I hear it, Mama. It's like a new baby in the house.
Sometimes you hear me and I don't say nothing.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I just get this feeling. You better go check on Mama. She has, she sleeps on one end of the house. I'm on the other side. But at the same time, I can hear different sounds and stuff. And sometimes her sleep pattern's different. And you can kind of hear. I don't know. You just get a tune to it, I guess. And I've even noticed Maggie acts different when Mama's sugar's different. She's not trained, she don't bark or any of that. But if I hear Maggie up running around in the house, I tend to check on Mama. Because Mama might have made a noise or something Maggie wasn't accustomed to. But it's all a part of it, isn't it, Mama?
Yeah.
What on earth am I doing down here? Okay, I'll show y'all. I am cutting up some vegetables, and these are the little carrots, and these just a cucumber out of the garden.
I'm big little carrots.
And some cauliflower. Mama said those are supposed to be miniature. They ain't too miniature, so I'm cutting them in half. And this is that ranch dressing that I made. I don't have a secret recipe for ranch. I really don't. I tend to add and subtract and do what I want to with it. This is bulk ranch. I buy it in the bottles, and you can get it at the big store, or you can get it at your local grocery chains, or you can buy it on Amazon, but it is a little higher on Amazon. But I buy it, and I usually just follow the directions on it, and it's 1 pack or 2 tablespoons if you're using the bulk. And I put buttermilk, sour cream, and the ranch. But you all know me. I'm not going to follow the rules. So I might sprinkle a little extra dill in it, because in case you don't know it, ranch has got dill in it. Or I might put some
sauce in it.
Seasonal in it. And I did put some Frank's hot sauce in this, but it's Mama approved. She's already had it. Don't put enough to make it hot. Put enough in it to make it flavorful. That's it. But we're just having a little charcuterie. And I know somebody told me this was not a charcuterie. This was a mise en place. I don't know. It's a French word, and it means cut up vegetables on a board. Who knew? In the South,
I did.
In the South, we call it vegetables on a board.
Simple.
We're
plain.
simple like that. But the key phrase now is charcuterie. You go to a wedding, you go to anywhere, and they have a charcuterie board, or charcuterie boards, I might say. But it's usually just chopped up vegetables like this piled up. Instead of them putting in individual containers, it's just piled up, and usually ham and turkey and different things. My friend's son recently got married, and she had seen it on Pinterest or whatever, but she made these beautiful, and I know you're going to think that it's crazy, but she made these beautiful roses, or let's just call them flowers, because I guess they weren't proper roses, but out of slices of pastrami and big ham, round ham, and big pepperonis, I guess it was. And she put them in a wine glass and kept layering them, and then she turned it up and pulled that off, and it made a beautiful rose. And it was beautiful, beautiful. I'd like to make some of those sometimes.
They were so pretty.
They really were. Mama, would you be up to some ranch? It does have a little sugar in it, but we've got your sugar level back up.
Yeah, I'm fine now. I'm a kicking now. Good.
Uh-huh. This is good. Mm-hmm. The first time I made the ranch, I put some different stuff in it, and I was kind of questioning whether it was good or not. I thought, I don't know if this is good. But when it set the second day, it was even better. Sometimes letting it set is the secret.
Yeah, that is the way it is with several things. The flavor goes to it.
It marries up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just some cauliflower.
Looks like it's gone.
Yeah. We've been eating on it since I made this Sunday.
No, I can't remember.
I made it one day. Ended in a while.
One day it ended in a while.
Yes, I'm drinking coffee. Yes, with vegetables. I think it's good. I really have never found a meal yet that coffee didn't make better. I love it with breakfast, of course. But I love it with supper, and I love it with vegetables. And I'll even drink it with a bowl of cereal. No lie. I'm not lying.
No, you drink coffee 24/7 almost if you're awake.
Most of the time I have a cup of coffee with me, whether I have tea or water. It's almost embarrassing. When I go to work, I always have a cup of coffee, a tumbler of coffee. I always have some water.
Yeah.
Not a bottle. I have a tumbler. And then sometimes there'll be a third drink in there. Like if I'm going to take one for lunch or something different. So I've always got
2 to 3 drinks every day.
briefcase with computer and all my paperwork. And then I've always got a mug of coffee, tumbler of water, and sometimes a bottle of juice or something that I'm going to plan on drinking later. And Mama will say, "Are you thirsty? Are you thirsty?" People will say that sometimes at work too. "Are you thirsty, John?" I don't know. Must be.
You shouldn't get thirsty.
I drink a lot of water. I really do. I often say, if I didn't drink as much water as I did, I'd probably go because I'm always tired of. And if I can drink coffee, it gives me energy. I love it. So, Mama, do you think this dip is something I should make again?
Yeah. That's good.
The different thing I did this time that I don't always do, I always put a little Frank's hot sauce in it. But I put a little bit of Creole sauce. Shake, a little bit of that in the bottom of it. And I put, for the first time, old-fashioned seasoned salt. So both of those things, I think, added a little bit to it. Because I had heard other people talk about it. Someone I know, I used to work with them. They only put seasoned salt and ranch powder. And theirs was always good.
Seasoned salt, nature season.
No. I used to always put that in it. I just put the old-fashioned seasoning salt. The red, orangey.
Oh.
Like we used to put on potatoes.
Mm-hmm. I know now what you're talking about.
Because I hadn't had any of that in a long time. When Dad's kidneys problems, Dad's got brown on it. How did that happen? Then we quit using any kind of salt. Because he could only drink. You know, I thank the Lord every day as I'm drinking that water and that coffee. And I'm packing those things around. I thank the Lord every day. Thank you, Lord, I can drink what I want. I'm not limited to. Poor old Dad could drink 18 ounces.
32 ounces in a 24-hour period.
So he would try to drink 18 ounces during the day. And then he would have the rest of the evening. He could, try to drink a little bit more. But to be limited on your fluid intake, we had a cousin the same way. It's just absolutely miserable.
You have to watch ice cream or anything.
That was fluid.
Fluids, soups, everything that you had.
Cabbage. It wasn't just drinking liquid out of a bottle. So he would try to limit his liquid intake to about 18 ounces.
She ate ice all the time instead of drinking anything because she couldn't have nothing much.
Be thankful, folks. Don't take those little things for granted. We've seen it. I know some of y'all are living it. And our hearts go out to you. Our hearts go out to you because we've been there.
Yeah.
Many times Mama and I wouldn't drink anything at supper And I think I get used to that because I hardly ever drink when I eat, except maybe a sip of coffee every now and then. I think we get used to not, if you can't have it and you stay in your chair in your den or whatever, he could do that and we could drink and not be in front of him. But when you sit down to a meal with a big old glass of iced tea and that beautiful sweat comes dripping down the side of the glass and it looks so cold and refreshing, just like they fix them up on commercials, especially if you sit there with a Coca-Cola in a bottle that he used to always drink out of. You just don't want to do that when you know that it could make them want it. So a lot of times we would just not drink.
Cut back, way back, and not drink.
Or drink water, because that never tempted him. He would not be tempted by water. Mama, are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better than I did.
Okay. Usually the rebound is quick. You just want
It's left me tired,
You just want to gradually bring it up. You don't want to, orange juice usually works the best.
Quickest.
You don't want to shoot it high because if it spikes, it'll bottom. And that's often what happens is your sugar will spike high, then it will drop, and your body will release that insulin. Another thing, I don't know if you diabetics know this or not. My ranch was dripping down my hand.
You put a mouthful in there.
I put a whole carrot, Mama. It was awful. Embarrassed Mama in front of her friends. Mm-hmm. Our brains are not wired up as detail-oriented as you think. For example, if you, let's say you go to a mall and you go by the Cinnabon store, you diabetics, be careful. Even though you never touch it, if you smell that sweetness, your pancreas will release that insulin anyway, preparing for you to eat that. And you'll find your sugar can bottom out just because you smell that sweetness. Now, we don't burn candles here that are sweet, like the honey bun candles. And
Cookies.
Cookies. Oh, some of the cookies will really get you. Because of Mama's diabetes, she can handle cinnamon, she can handle cinnamon apple, and that's the primary what we do. Pumpkin stuff don't bother Mama too bad if it's not sweet. But if you get sugar cookie or caramel apple cake candles, you start burning those, it's going to cause Mama's sugar to drop because her body will release insulin in preparation for a sweet meal, and it's not there. So be careful with that. You would think if you don't eat it, you're good. But our bodies prepare us for when we're going to eat. So a lot of times when you smell that sweetness, that's the reason sometimes if you smell something sweet, the Cinnabons, for example, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not. I don't own Cinnabon. I'm not promoting them. That's just an example. Let's just say anything sweet at the mall. If you pass by there and you don't eat one, you'll find you might get hungry even if you're not a diabetic because your body has released insulin as well. So sometimes smells can get you.
They smell wonderful.
They smell wonderful. Mama knows that for sure. I didn't know that about smelling candles. It could not affect everybody, Marion, but it does affect some people, and your body is designed to operate with smells, and it does release just as if you were eating it, because your body says, "Hey, they're fixing to eat some sweet stuff. Let's get some insulin going here."
That old brain just tricks you.
What makes some people so ugly? Oh,
So
I don't know about that. The inside, shame on you. Joanne, I don't know. Did somebody say something ugly?
I probably did.
Probably did. Thank you for defending us, Joanne. You all are so great. it blesses my heart when people say stuff on here, and they do. I don't know if a lot of them are do it just to get a conversation going or what. But you all always defend us, and it's so sweet. Say something about tomatoes. Tomatoes with your ranch. Oh yeah, tomatoes would be good, wouldn't it? Paula, I hadn't even thought about that. I could cut up a tomato. Just like a salad. Now you got me eating a salad, Paula. Sharon, social media. I don't know what she was saying there. Hey, Carrie, thank you for watching. Kathy, thank you for the stars. Hey, Terry, how are you? Hey, Vicky, Mama sure looks beautiful tonight. Well, thank you, Mama. You look beautiful. Good evening from Alabama. Hey, Deanna. Is it hot down there today, or have y'all cooled off? We have cooled off a little. Well, no, we haven't either. It's 84 at 8:20. No, that ain't cool enough. We were cooler than that this fall. What is wrong with me?
This morning
This morning, and then we were cooler than that this weekend, and I'm just looking forward to fall.
We've got the whole month of August to burn up in.
Hotgust.
Hot August.
That's what I call it, Hotgust. Mama's birthday's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
In August. That's the best thing about Hotgust, Mama, is your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And we got several family members that have birthdays, but I never liked August.
Oh, it's because you went back to school.
Mm-hmm. I try to make the best of every day and enjoy every day. I really do, because you don't know when they're going to end. It's kind of like, a piece of cake. Do you all ever save that last piece of cake with all the good icing and all the chocolate with your coffee? Because, that's the last little bite. You'll eat the rest of it, and you're like, that last bite I'm going to save because it's the best. Or do you save the center of a cinnamon roll? Let's talk about cinnamon rolls. I eat around the cinnamon roll with the anticipation of getting to that beautiful, soft, warm center, because it's the last bite. Because I savor it. And that's kind of how I treat life. Every day. Try to enjoy something about every day. Teresa and I say we have good days, better days, and great days. But we don't have bad days. Even if something terrible happens, we're alive. If you're alive to worry about it or alive to complain about it, it's a better day than it could be for you. We may even have days we wish we weren't alive. But you are, and we're here, and we have to deal with it.
We've got a reason we're still here.
We got a reason. Amen, Mama. I'm going to bag all this up in one bag, and we'll just throw it in the refrigerator. And when we want a snack, we'll have it.
Mm-hmm. You'll be a snacking on it tomorrow, or get up in the middle of the night and snack on it.
Sometimes snacking is about convenience. Sometimes, if you have something like this ready with a little bit of ranch or something that you at least look forward to, you may grab this instead of grabbing something sugary or something, even a piece of bologna or something. When I did the Atkins diet once before, one of my greatest joys was to come home from work and I would take a piece of bologna and a piece of cheese, and I would fold it over and fold it again to make a little triangle. And that was like a chocolate chip cookie to me, because that was my mid-afternoon snack that I was allowed to have. But it was no carbs, so you could eat the bologna and the cheese. And I would think, it won't be long, I'll get my mid-afternoon snack. And sometimes you wouldn't have bologna, you'd have to use ham, which some people say, I like ham better, but I always look forward to that bologna and cheese. I know bologna ain't healthy for you, I didn't say that. It just don't have carbs most of the time. I don't think it does. I ran into a lot of things when we were doing the low carb Atkins that I was shocked that had carbs.
Carrots have carbs.
Yes.
I figured they do.
Yeah, they're sweet. Fruits have carbs.
Grape sure has.
Grapes have carbs. Peaches.
Carrots, I know, is in the sweet family. They have.
Mm-hmm.
Cauliflower probably has it, or broccoli wouldn't.
Cauliflower probably does because it's white. Most of them, a white vegetable has more starch, which is sugar. Potatoes will eat you up with sugar.
And that's my favorite vegetable.
I use the... Who said that? I used to love saltine crackers and Kool-Aid. Says, and that sounds good. Would you just dip them in it?
Probably eat it and drink it at the same time.
Mama said she probably just ate it and drank it. Leave it to me to make it crazy. I was thinking you might just like dip it in it. Sounds like something I would do. Hey Kim, thank you for watching. Hey Mary Beth. Milk in mine. Oh, Angela, that sounds, whatever you put milk in, that sounds alright. Making me hungry for cinnamon rolls. I know, Donna. Donna Todd, why did I even bring that up? And me sitting here without a cinnamon roll in the house. Why? Why did I put myself through that? And now I'll put you through it. I'm sorry, Donna. I shouldn't even brought it up. You know, if you don't have it, you shouldn't even talk about it. I was watching the other night. This is true. This is how your mind works and how triggered we are. I was watching somebody and they was dealing with sauerkraut.
Yeah.
And I wanted sauerkraut. And I thought of my poor old daddy, who used to take these little fits. We called him his, what did you call him? You used to call him something. Craze.
His crazy cravings.
His crazy cravings. Crazy cravings. Dad would take a spell of like, he would eat, for example, he may eat sauerkraut. And then he would eat every day for maybe a week.
Or longer.
Maybe a month. He went through a kraut phase one time. And I guarantee you he ate 6 cans of kraut a week. I mean, he would eat, he kept kraut, Mama kept kraut in the refrigerator. And just open a can and put it in a container. And
when I had homemade, he'd just take the pint jars and eat right out of the jar. Just eat kraut till he was gone.
But he would just keep a container of it in the refrigerator, and it was his. And he would just get it, and he would use a fork, and he would eat 3-4 bites of it, put it back in there. You'd see him an hour or two, and he'd come back, and he'd say, I'm craving kraut. I'm craving kraut. He did that with olives. He did it with cereals, different cereals several times. He did it with cornbread and milk. Now, I don't know if y'all know about cornbread and milk. If y'all ain't Southern, I don't know if y'all act like we do or not. But in the South, if you make cornbread, there is a good chance, if you eat supper early enough, that before nightfall, you're going to have milk and cornbread. Sweet milk. Some people drink buttermilk. And it's simply what it says. You take a glass, mason jar, a bowl, and you crumble your cornbread and pour milk over it. And Dad always put salt and pepper.
Yeah.
And he went through a spell of that, and we made more cornbread here than you could shake a stick at. And he would take spells of certain cornbread he liked. I made some that I put bacon grease in it, and it is greasy. It really is.
Greasy bread.
We don't put and you don't have to put a lot. Don't think, well, he must have put no. I put maybe 2 tablespoons of bacon grease in it, and then when you make it, the texture of it was just greasy, but it tasted, you had that bacon taste in it. Now, I do have a recipe that I love, and you put onions, Vidalia, onions in it, and you put bacon crumbles in it, and you can even put a can of corn in it for the little sweetness. It's not Mexican cornbread, it's just bacon and onion cornbread. That's not what he would have. And he would say, make me a pound of greasy bread. And I made the greasy bread more than Mama did. Because You know, Mama, I ain't going to start that foolishness. Now, if you want cornbread, I'll fix cornbread.
I'll fix it about the same way.
And
I would make it.
he would make it for him, but Mama don't do a lot of foolishness, do you, Mama? When it comes to things she has made, she tells me all the time. Sometimes, right before you all see us, she's talked pretty harsh to me and said stuff like, "Now, are you just cooking this regular, or are you going to start a bunch of foolishness?"
That southwestern state, you didn't know what you was eating.
I did too, Mom, and I loved it. I've got another southwestern thing we're going to try, and you'll probably have Plano, but it's chicken, and it's different than even I've done before, and it doesn't even have barbecue sauce in it, so I'll show you all that.
Me and my oldest sister would fry our bologna real dark.
No, Mama, the word you're looking for here is burnt.
Burned.
The word you're looking for is blackened bologna.
And my daddy used to tell us that Jens could fry shoe leather and wouldn't know the difference from that and bologna. Said as bad as Jens fried dark black.
Now, I will admit, I like some dark bologna. But the way I like it, I call it dark. The way Mama and my aunt like it, it was crunchy. Crunchy bologna. But they ate it that way.
Mm-hmm. Fried all the stuff out of it, Daddy.
I love bologna with mustard on bread.
So we could eat shoe leather and wouldn't know the difference. I doubt that, though.
Papa used to say he drank coffee, and he said people who drank tea was crazy. And the reason he gave, my mama always drank tea, and Papa always drank coffee. And Papa would say, "What on earth are you drinking that tea for? People who drink tea must be crazy. You boil it to get it hot, you put ice in it to get it cold, you put sugar in it to get it sweet, and then you turn around and put lemon in it to make it sour. Can't you just make up your mind? You just need to just drink black coffee like I do." And Mama would do all those things. She liked it.
Mommy wouldn't drink much iced tea. Hers was always
Hot tea. With cream.
Yeah, sugar and cream. And then after she passed, Daddy started drinking hot tea. I think he just needed that
To remind him of her.
smell of tea cooking up and getting hot.
Mama would saucer her tea. If you don't know what saucer is, you take your teacup or coffee cup, whatever, and you put it in a saucer. And you pour your hot water over your tea bag. And then when it gets, if you make steep, you let it run over into the saucer. Well, this will cool. And then you would pick the cup up and you'd drink out of the saucer. And then you would take your cup and you pour a little bit more in the saucer. And it would cool and you drink it out of the saucer. My granny took it a step farther. Do y'all... Mama, your gnat is back.
There's one gnat I can't get caught.
Well, surely, Mama. Surely it's a different...
Well, I go over to kill it and it hides or something. It's around the fruit.
Do y'all remember Melmac dishes? Are they still out there?
No. I had Melmac when I first got married for years and years.
Everybody had Melmac. And Mama had some. And they had these brown bowls, serving bowls. And it was just about like this bowl, only larger. It was about like this clear bowl, the shape and everything. And it was probably about this big. And it was brown, tan. My granny would put a big mug of coffee in it. In that bowl. And she perked her coffee on the stove, just like I do, or in the percolator. And she would pour that cup full and let it run over into that bowl, and she'd fill it about half full. So she had about 3 cups of coffee in one whole design there. And she would eat plain cornflakes. And she drank coffee with her cornflakes too. And she would saucer her coffee out of that big bowl because it would cool down. And she'd carry that around with her, and she'd go to the porch or wherever she's going to sit to drink her coffee. And you'd see that big of coffee. I've often been tempted. I've never saucered coffee. Have y'all ever done it?
That's a thing of the past.
It probably is a thing of the past. But, perk coffee is hot. Because really, it comes off the stove boiling hot. It's literally boiling. So if you can't wet it around so it cools, you had to have some way of cooling it. And that's how they cool it. Now, when I drink, I just wet it. It ain't bubbling. And I let it cool, and then I just sip till I don't burn my lips, and then I think it's good to go. I need a saucer someone, Mama.
Oh,
If I had that on Melmac bowl. Did any of y'all ever see your grandparents, or you, or your parents' saucer coffee? Mm-hmm. I have a whole set of plates, saucers, and cups. Darlene, are they Melmac? Or Mama had the ones, let's see if I can remember. They were white, and they had orange and brown leaves.
or flowers and leaves or whatever it was on one side around.
On one side, it had some orange leaves, and
they wasn't really fall, but they had those colors.
I think they were fall, Mama.
No, I used them year round.
And then, like everybody else, we graduated up to Corel ware.
And I ain't graduated no more.
And that's where we stopped. Now those burgundy plates is some I had. I don't know where they even came from. But Mama's Corel ware we still use. And then when my granny passed, being the only child, my dad got all of her stuff. So we had bought her some Corel ware. But what I always remember about Granny was the blue willow plates. Mm-hmm. We still have those backed up here. Some of them was cracked, some of them was damaged. We don't have many of the plates because she didn't end up with many of them left. Because, if you wash them for 60 years, sometimes they... we'll have to get your bazooka plates out sometime. So. But anyhow, that's just old memories. I know we're probably boring you all eating vegetables dipped in ranch and talking about Melmac. You can't.
How you come up with some of this stuff?
I wonder myself, Mama, with just chasing rabbits. I'm just sitting here, and the thoughts and the memories are flooded in, and I just share them, whatever they are. Mama always drank hot tea. I do remember that. Mm-hmm. You never drank. My mom and dad, believe it or not, it's not always the sins of the parents that come to the children, because they never touch coffee. I didn't start drinking coffee until I was 20s. When I first started working at the school, and I did work at the school several years, everybody was drinking coffee, so I started drinking coffee. Just really because it was there, and I could didn't have to worry about drinking something else. And I always liked it. My aunt, Mama's older sister, she always had a cup of coffee. Always. I never remember seeing her without a cup of coffee. If it was 4th of July or if it was, Christmas, she always had a cup of coffee.
Cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other.
Mm-hmm. I didn't take up the cigarettes, but I did take up her coffee. And I always remember her packing a cup of coffee. And so did my uncle. They always had coffee. And so when I'd go to her house, I was real close to her. And as I got older and I drove myself, I was over there a lot. And, of course, sitting around at the island just like we are. And we'd sit there and drink coffee. And she'd say, "You want some coffee?" And I said, "Well, sure." And I grew to love it. And I don't know, I just love coffee. I guess it's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I believe it is.
I think it's my favorite beverage. I love good iced tea. I love water. I crave water. Y'all ever crave water?
Oh, me.
I do. Mama won't hardly touch it. It's almost like, whiskey and alcohol and water. Don't want no part of that. But I make her drink water.
Occasionally I drink some water.
But no, when she says bring me a pop and you take her water, there's going to be some pushback. I've learned that. I didn't say water. I said pop.
That's right. I don't stutter either.
I said, Mom, I think you need water. But now this was before she started doing the zeros. She was doing the full-fledged stuff. But you know, honestly and truly, and I'm not promoting bad habits. Get that number one right. When Mama wasn't doing so good on monitoring her diabetes, she had fewer ups and downs.
Yeah.
And she said, "Matt, the sugar's fine. I've not had any problem with it." But I don't know. She just kept it at a higher level, and her body adapted to it.
Yeah.
But when she went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Miss Davis, I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, but you are a diabetic." And Mama said, "Well, yeah, they've mentioned it, and I'm on medicine." She said, "Let's start acting like one." And Mama started doing good.
Better.
Better.
I'll not say good. I'll say better.
Better. She does much better, trust me. But shortly after that, when she was not drinking as much sugar and stuff, then she started having the fluctuations. But here's the thing. If you're controlling your diabetes through diet and exercise, and you're controlling your diabetes with eating, you are going to have more of those ups and downs. It's just it's just such a balancing act. And when your sugar is in normal range around 120, and Mama stays there a lot, when it drops quickly, much quicker than it maybe used to, because used to hers was probably around 230 or 240 as a normal. But that's constantly working your organs so hard. Now, a lot of people ask me, "Are you a diabetic?" No, I'm not, but I've got a card that says, I've got a free entry if I want to be, because Dad was, Mom was, Granny was, about the whole family. Mm-hmm. And so I keep a check on mine. But thank the Lord right now I'm not. But I'm not a sugarholic.
No, you don't like.
I do starches. Like I like a potato. Black coffee is not that bad for you, and that's how I drink mine 99.9% of the time. Never drink sugar in it. Every once in a while I'll put a creamer in it. Cream of some kind, half and half. I don't know, it's just sometimes you just like, I don't know why I do it, because like I said, to me a cup of coffee, when I think about a cup of coffee, it's straight out of the pot, black coffee. But sometimes I think I'm gonna put a little sugar, or a little creamer in it. Do y'all do that? Any of y'all 99.9% black coffee drinkers ever put a little creamer in it just for a flavoring, especially a flavored creamer? And it's only of the evening, never the morning. Never. I mean, almost never would I ever do cream in the morning. Mama does cream with a little coffee.
Yeah.
French vanilla creamer.
With a dab of coffee, a drop or two of coffee.
A little bit more than that, but not a great deal. Mama, did you enjoy your supper?
Yeah. Was that what that was?
It's 8:43, Mama. I think after we get your sugar stabilized, I think this was a good supper, a good stable supper.
Yeah, no potatoes.
No potatoes, Mama. No potatoes. We'll take no chances. And then we'll watch it very closely tonight. She'll check it a couple of times. And just make sure we're on track. And that's our normal. But some of y'all would ask. So tonight was a good night to share that.
Yeah.
Now, Mama is completely 100% able to do for herself. I don't have to be here to watch after Mama. But when you have someone who could pass out in the middle of the night.
I ain't never passed out so far.
You fell over top of a stove one night, Mama.
Oh, that was just falling.
That was just falling.
I didn't pass plumb out.
She wasn't passed out. Mm-mm. Here's the way that went.
Clumsy.
Here's the way that went.
You don't know. I didn't pass out.
I know you didn't. I believe you. When your sugar is fluctuating, even if it's not bottomed out, and you wake up in the middle of the night with it low, and you think, I don't feel quite right, I'm going to go. When you stand up, you've got to acclimate. You've got to get yourself, it's not just go. You all seen her run around the kitchen. That's what she does even then. She jumps up, and then her body's not ready to do all that. So she had heard someone knocked on the door at 11:30. And 12 miles from here, there had been people robbed in the next city down from that same scenario. People knocking on the door late, even pretending to be the police. There was just a whole big scam going around. And so she calls me and she says, somebody just knocked on the door. So, of course, I can be here in 3 minutes normally, and I got here in 1.5 minutes. And I checked the house. I walked around. There was nobody outside. I don't know where they went. Anyway, that was shortly after Dad had passed. A year or so, because she stayed by herself. About her first year, she wouldn't let me stay. Nope, that's okay, Mama. So anyway, I said, Mama, let me get some clothes and come back over. She said, yeah, why don't you come back? So I went home, got my stuff for work and whatever I needed, and I came back. And so I stayed that night, and I stayed the next night. And I was going to go home the third night, and I didn't. So I said, I'll just wait. I'll stay one more night and make sure she sleeps good and all. That night, 12:30, I thought somebody broke in because boom, 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 boom. I thought, what in the world? So I jumped straight up. And first thing I'm, of course, checking on Mama. And I say, Mama, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. Go on back to bed. I said, what was that noise? I tripped a little bit, but I'm fine. I go in there. We have these I don't want to call a name because I don't know. It's a big heater, and shows a flame, and it looks like a stove, but it don't. And the heater's really underneath, blows the heat out from under the bottom. Y'all probably seen them on QVC in different places. She is falling backwards, just apparently, over this heater, and she's sitting in the floor, and her leg is still on top of the heater. But it's not hot up there where her leg was, thank the Lord. And I said, Mama, what happened? And she said, go on back to bed. I am fine.
I was.
I said, okay, I'll just leave you lay here on top of the heater and go on back and snooze. What is wrong with you? That's the independence we're talking about. So, don't touch me. I can get up. That's her first words if she ever falls. Don't touch me. I'm fine.
I used to get up better by myself. Don't get as hurt as bad as somebody lifted on me.
So, I didn't go home the next night. I stayed a few more nights. And then I gradually have stayed more and just because the sugar deal, and I'm overprotective.
Yes, you are. I wasn't that protective of you when you was little.
No, I lived under the rule to brush it off. Go on, you'll be all right.
Life. Buck up and take it.
Buck up, Buttercup. You'll be all right.
That's right. That's right. Wasn't you though? Didn't you?
I lived through all of it. Mm-hmm. Lived through all of it because you had no choice. I was an only child, but I wasn't raised like an only child. I can tell you that. Poor I'm sure I was spoiled in many ways.
Oh, you was.
And I still am. But Mama wasn't having that you wasn't independent. That's the reason I started cooking at 3 years old. Frying eggs by putting a chair up to the stove and making no-bake cookies and frying eggs. I guess the first thing I ever cooked was a fried egg.
Mm-hmm. I guess so.
Or as I used to call them.
That's right.
Mama said, what kind of eggs you want? And I'd say, like that.
You want it scrambled or this?
And I would shake my hand. Mama said, I don't remember this foolishness, and she could be making it up.
Yeah, I wasn't making it up.
But that meant over easy. I didn't know what it was called. And if I went the other, it was Daddy's eggs, because Daddy always had
he wouldn't eat nothing but scrambled eggs.
And he put grape jelly in them.
Ooh.
And blackberry jelly. I didn't do that. Folks, we have kept you long enough.
You kept him talking, buddy.
We've had our supper. when look how much we have leftovers. This will be a wonderful little treat. In case you were wondering, they sat there and ate No, we didn't. But we'll have this for a little snack tomorrow. We'll put it in there in probably in a Tupperware.
What's wrong? Oh, you put it in the fridge smart.
Yeah, put it in the fridge smart. Put it in there, and that way it'll stay for a day or two. And we've got plenty of ranch dressing left. I really enjoy the story you should tell. Well, thank you, Angela. Or Anna. Thank you, Anna. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate all of y'all being here. Y'all don't know how much you bless us. And we appreciate all the hearts and all the thumbs up. And we appreciate the stars. All y'all who sent stars. Y'all are just so precious. We will plan another cook-along. We like to use our star money to buy church cookbooks and send out to you all. And it is a circle of love. And that way the church gets money for the cookbooks that you all send in stars. And then we get to forward the cookbooks out to you all in appreciation gifts. So it's just a wonderful little plan. We appreciate you all. We really do. I wish there was some way we could all get together in one big place and have a big family reunion, because you all are a family to us. Spread our page out. The more people that we get on here, the more fun we can have, and the more people that we can get to know. We have had several new ones, but seems like the page grows in spurts, and I don't know if that's an algorithm thing or what, but just share it. And if you don't mind, you all go to our page and make sure you're following, because every time Facebook does an update, if you haven't responded, commented, or been a part of the page, other than just watching it, sometimes you have to refollow. And I learned that on another page. Someone was talking about it. I did not know that. So just be sure you're following, and make sure you hit the notification button. And there's more than one notification. You pick how much you want to be notified. The phone just went dark for a reason. I don't know why. I hope y'all are still on there. So just pick the notification you want. I don't even want to tell you what kinds, because they're different ones, but it's every video or special videos, or there's different types of notifications. So just go check that out. Make sure y'all are on here, because a lot of y'all have said in the past few weeks, and I've heard other shows talking about they're not getting notifications till the video's half over.
Yeah, I've been hearing that too.
So Mama's fine. Don't worry about her.
Yeah, I'm doing great tonight.
She's doing fine. Sugar level's good as it is, and it's staying normal. And we're so thankful for that. And her doctors have got her on track. And Mama's staying on track.
Pretty good.
Mama does if she has to have a pop, she's done a lot fewer. But if she has to want one, she's doing the zeros. And I'm just proud of her.
Well, thank you.
So y'all have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. Be blessed. Have a blessed night of rest. Get up in the morning. Thankful to be on the wake up list. And just have a blessed day tomorrow too. We'll be back, Lord willing, tomorrow night. Who knows? We might cook something. It might even be something that we're not supposed to eat. But we'll try to eat better tomorrow. If we're going to eat something tomorrow night we're not supposed to eat, won't we, Mama?
Yeah.
Mama balance is pretty good. She'll say, I'm not going to eat much right now, because I know later on I'm going to have mashed potatoes. So she monitors that. And I know a lot of people have commented here, you're not eating right, Mama, you eat too much. What she eats on here is not all she eats, because throughout the day, if she's eating something heavy at night, she does monitor, and she does well.
I don't eat nothing much through the day. I'll eat a little, but...
And she'll eat more protein or something like that. So she monitors and does well.
Mm-hmm.
I've
even eaten boiled eggs, so that
she's eating boiled eggs, folks. Mama's trying. Y'all have a great night. Mama, you going to add anything else?
No, just good night, Mama, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Y'all have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.